When I was an architecture student, I struggled a lot to choose my thesis topic, and in the process, I have managed to accumulate some effective strategies and methods on how you could choose your thesis topic as well. And I want to share these with you today. Hi, I'm Hetvi, and I have graduated from the Institute of Architecture and Environmental Studies from Mumbai, India, and it is, I don't need to brag, but it is kind of one of the best architecture schools. Upon graduation, I worked at an office for a couple of years, and I'm here today to share all of my insights and tips and advice that I have accumulated over the course of years to help all the aspiring architects and fresher architects on navigating their career. Welcome to my channel where I will be sharing my tips, insights from my personal experience on how to navigate architecture school, how do you navigate your architecture thesis, how do you build your portfolio, how do you get a job, how do you increase your chances at getting a job, and how do you settle into a job and managing all things architecture. Today's video, we are going to cover how do you choose a topic for your architectural thesis. If you're a student or an aspiring architect, I know that choosing a thesis topic can be extremely daunting and nerve-wracking. But don't worry, I'm here and I will share all my tips and advice on how do you select your thesis topic. Don't worry, you're not alone. A lot of people struggle with this and I am here to help. I'll tell you what I did when I was trying to choose my thesis topic. I read all the articles and blogs that were out there on suggesting, on giving out advice on how do you choose your thesis topic, but you don't have to do any of that because I'm here. I have collected all the information and put it out in 7 different pointers that you could just use and select your thesis topic. Number 1, choose something that you are personally interested in or something that is very personal to you. This is mostly because you have to work on your thesis for the next 1 year and you have to be interested in it for the next whole year. Something that is very personal to you and which you are really invested in already will give you an added edge into the thesis research because you already know certain things about it. It will help you relate better, it will help you understand things better and just perform better as a whole. Interest could be anything, like absolutely anything. It could be maybe music, dance, VR, AI, gaming, graphics, animals, pets, mental health, whatever is personal to you. Number 2, if you're not sure what your interests are, just look around you. Keep your eyes and ears open for pain points around you. Maybe your mother wants something. Maybe your housemate is sick of her house being a certain way. Maybe you want to work with the waste pickers. Maybe you want to work with cows. Maybe you want to work with just residential apartments, or maybe you just want to work with some religious institutions. Just look around you, there are opportunities everywhere. Number 3, you do not have to choose something that is absolutely original because chances are that every single topic has been done as a thesis by someone else somewhere in the world. Don't worry if it's a common topic, your take on it could be completely different. You can choose which direction you want to take your thesis in. Every single topic can take 1,000 different directions. For example, if I say that I am interested in addressing the topic of the millennial population, I can take 1,000 different routes. I can look at the kind of work conditions that they want, the kind of lifestyle that they want, the entertainment, their rights, what they want, what they do not want, their neighborhood conditions, their ideal scenarios, whatever. Your multiple interests can all come together and form a topic that is completely unique and that is completely you. You can look up the questions that people have addressed on this topic before you and find your market gap, find the question that you are interested in and find your place in that niche. Next, realize what your strengths and skills are and what you're really good at. One of my professors once told me that you would most probably lean towards one of these 3 streams of architecture. One could be the theory of architecture, second, it could be the design, and the third one could be construction. Based on these 3 strengths, you can actually have an edge on what is the topic that you want to address and how do you want to address it. Your thesis is basically a culmination of your 5 years of architecture. It is a showcase of all the skills that you've learned, your strengths, and who you are as a person. So choose wisely. Next point, think about your future. Choose a topic that you're interested in right now and most probably will be and would want to continue working on even after graduating architecture school. Choose a real world problem that you are interested in which would make your thesis relevant to the current times. Maybe you're interested in addressing the issue of the population, overcrowding, hunger, public transport, sustainability, the climate crisis, society, economic issues, anything that you would like to address. This would make your thesis relevant and this will form the intent of doing your thesis in the current times. So make a list of everything that comes into your mind and prioritize it based on your interest in that given topic. Take a piece of paper and make 4 columns. The first one would be all the things that you're interested in. Number 2 will be your strengths and your skills. Number 3 is the real world problem that you want to address. And number 4, the things you're interested or you probably will be interested in continuing in the future. Chances are that you will come up with a big list of all the areas that you're interested in working with. But don't worry, just put it all down. It will all come together in the end. I'll tell you how things came together for me. I was interested in mental health issues. I was interested in addressing the millennial population. I was interested in gardening because I love plants. And I was interested in basically human connections. I was also interested in small businesses that operated from the house itself because my mother, she operated a business from home. So I had a vested interest in doing that topic. In the next column of skills and strengths, I realized that my strength included research and design, and I was really interested into graphics. In the next column, the real world issues that I wanted to address. My thesis was at the time when COVID had just hit the world. So I was genuinely interested in addressing COVID, the climate crisis, the sustainability issue, the human part of it, the human interactions of the society, and so on. And something that I really wanted to continue working on in the future was sustainability and the human-centric architecture. In my thesis, I started looking at the millennial population, which formed the largest part of the workforce at the moment, and they all started working from home. A lot of people had started building their own businesses because of the uncertainty there was. So I started looking at situations where work from home and home businesses, they all came together, which addressed 2 of my interests. The next, my strength, research. So I started looking at how people have done it before, how human connections fostered in these kind of situations where you don't have a real connection with the outside world. You just have this small community around you. So how do you build a community? That became my next question, which included another one of the problems that I wanted to solve from the real world problems. While moving on to the design part of the thesis, I made a list of project goals that I wanted to address and achieve, which included sustainability and self-sufficient architecture, which meant regenerative architecture, something that I was interested in at the moment, a real-world problem, and something that I wanted to continue addressing in the future as well. So my final design intervention, it came out to be a residential model which addressed the millennial population and all of those people who wanted to work from home, which looked at their different conditions, their challenges, their opportunities, the strengths, the weaknesses, the problems that they faced and everything. So you just saw how it all came together for me, and it will for you as well. So don't worry, it's a part of the process. Trust the process. It will all happen for you. I hope after all of these pointers, you've come up with a broad list of topics that you are probably interested in working with. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to narrow down from these broad topics that you've just come up with and what are the different entry points into any thesis. Until then, trust the process, and I will see you in my next video in the thesis series. Bye-bye.